Some of you may not see a single drop of rain with these two storm systems moving through, but there will be a severe threat because isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms could develop. And I want to emphasize right now that I think the worst of this, it's going to be Saturday in Mississippi and Alabama. It's not looking good for our friends and neighbors over there. But we have to watch here tonight. What is this? Wednesday evening, and again Friday evening. Those are the two periods that we have designated as Arkansas Storm Team Alert Days. And all that simply means it's just us saying, hey, there's the potential for significant weather to impact your daily routine. And that's why I'm saying this, off the top, is that some of you may not even get a drop of rain. But we're doing that. We're designating this because some of you may be affected by thunderstorms, and each of these storm systems pose a different threat. I've got a bunch of maps here to explain the threats, both of them here. And of course, don't forget to download that free KARK, the Arkansas Storm Team app. You can get our weather forecast, KARK.com. And of course, weather is our top story on KARK 4 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. So the risk tonight, this hasn't changed. It is low to very low. So you get a sense that the thunderstorms develop in the Arklatex. They push east and then they decrease tonight. And again, Arkansas Storm Team Alert Day for that. Now, this is new model data here this late Wednesday morning, early afternoon. One of the computer models are in-house. It's called the Graph. Really unenthusiastic with thunderstorm chances, which is okay by me. It does try to generate a few thunderstorms, but it struggles. There's another one, the HRRR, which is the High Resolution Rapid Refresh, which shows more extensive thunderstorm development. But this is between 9 and 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit more organization with some locally heavy rainfall, potentially some small hail by 1 o'clock in the morning, east and north. But remember, that's getting away from that risk area, and then that area of low pressure aloft moves away. We get a lull, and here comes the next one. And this is midnight, all right? This is showing midnight Saturday morning. Couple of things here. First of all, it's going to be very windy all day Friday out of the south. This is developing isolated showers and thunderstorms and hardly anything. So this is the graph. I'm going to show you the European in just a second. It's just not much there. And the environment, though, could support a strong to severe thunderstorm. I think that this may be a little too slow. It may be coming through a little bit quicker than this, but it'll be close. I'll explain here in just a second. So this is the risk area on Friday. It has shifted a little bit towards the east as anticipated. Notice there's a sharp gradient here from very low to medium. So you see how that threat increases from central into eastern Arkansas. And as we've been telling you on the air, it's the eastern one half of the state that we think has the greatest threat. We've been talking about that for quite some time. So that eastern one half of the state, that's going to have the greatest risk for severe thunderstorms for a brief period of time Friday evening, with a lesser threat further towards the east. So this is the European computer model, lightning intensity. And I like to show this because it really does pinpoint where the model thinks there's going to be thunderstorms. It is not going to be perfect. But I like to look at this for general locations, general areas, and timing. So you see this is Friday evening at 7 p.m. A few model runs ago, it had these thunderstorms that you see down here towards the south and Mississippi, further towards the north, and now they're not even in the state. That can always change. But watch what happens in northern Arkansas. You get some showers and thunderstorms developing, and I'll even show you. Let me back up here. Let me go to it's going to be way more up towards the north. You see, that's I think you're looking at more of the severe weather risk up there towards Missouri. All right, back to Arkansas. Watch how these develop. And this is at 11 o'clock. So this, too, is slowing down a little bit, but I think it may be a little bit further towards the east. But, again, it's Friday evening, 11 p.m. And if there's a severe weather threat, I would really watch this area right in here from near central Arkansas into northeastern Arkansas. That's Friday at 11. By 1 o'clock, yes, there are still thunderstorms, but I think they're especially, maybe near Little Rock, but especially up towards northeastern Arkansas and moving out of our viewing area. Other changes here, Saturday, and this is why we kept the small chance for showers in the forecast for central Arkansas, but southeast Arkansas, Saturday morning and early afternoon, I think you see another round of thunderstorms come through, but I don't see much, if any, severe weather potential. There will be a significant severe weather potential in Mississippi and into Alabama. This is the tornado index. Again, where you see this does not mean you get a tornado. This does not mean in the areas highlighted you get a tornado. What it's showing you is the chance, you see low to high, for significant tornadoes. So you see in a general area, it's just taking into account atmospheric conditions. And what it's saying is if a thunderstorm develops, these are the chances of a tornado. And so this is at 6 p.m. on Friday. Now, this is at 10 p.m. Now, look at northeastern Arkansas. Now, here in southern Arkansas, again, remember, if a thunderstorm develops, it shows that there's a high chance for a tornado. But the thing here is will we have a thunderstorm develop in that environment? And right now the models are indicating no. And then notice how by midnight things really shift out of the state, midnight and shortly thereafter. Potential hail. And I should have backed this up to show you tonight because tonight's main threat is hail. But anyway, so this is potential hail. Look at the scale. Severe. Here, that's on the very low range where you see the blues. And then you get into the oranges and reds. That's very large hail. Now, severe hail is defined as 1 inch in diameter or greater. Very large, 2 to 3 inches. And then extreme, 4 inches or more. So this is 6 p.m. So there's the threat for some severe hail. That's, again, if thunderstorms develop, this is the threat. This is one of the threats. So if you get a thunderstorm to develop in this environment, you could see very large hail. And that's it's indicated Friday at 9 o'clock. That does not mean everybody in this area is going to get hail. That's not what this means. By midnight, I think the worst of this is in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. And it stays there at 4 o'clock, but I think that the severe weather threat is lessening at that point in time. So a lot to consider, a lot to go over. I've gone for 7 minutes. Holy cow. I know. So much to go over. So download that Arkansas Storm Team app, krk.com. We'll have the newest information on there as well. And we'll, as always, be there for you. And we want to thank you so much for your trust. And thank you for making us the #1 choice for severe weather information.